Today I am going to explain the chapter 3 Metals and Non-Metals part 7. Enrichment or dressing of an ore. Enrichment or dressing of an ore. The fourth method for dressing or enrichment of ore is magnetic separation. Magnetic separation. This method is used when the magnetic of the ore and the impurities are different. Magnetic property of the ore and the impurities are different. For example, tin stone, an ore of tin contains wolfram as an impurity that is magnetic. To remove this impurity, the ore is finely powdered to make it magnetic, and the non-magnetic particles distinctly separated. The powdered tin stone is spread on a belt. The finely powdered tin stone is spread on a belt over a moving electromagnetic roller. The wolfram being magnetic is attracted. Wolfram being magnetic attracted towards the and gets collected in the pot near the magnet. That is. On the other hand, tin stone falls away from the magnet, and this is the tin stone, and this is the impurity wolfram. Wolfram is magnetic, so it gets collected near the roller, and ore that is not magnetic, so they get deflected away the roller. So in this process we can separate magnetic or non-magnetic ore or impurities from one another. So we can follow this method if we have the properties of magnetic or non-magnetic any of the ores or impurity. Next one is leaching. Fifth property is leaching. Leaching is also known as chemical separation. Chemical separation. In this method, the powdered ore is treated. The powdered ore is treated with suitable solvent. The ore, first of all, dissolve in it, while the impurities remain undissolved. Ore dissolve in it while the impurities remain undissolved. For example, the bauxite, which is a ore of an aluminium. Bauxite contains iron oxide, silicon oxide, like impurities. So the ore is powdered and treated with a solution of sodium hydroxide, NaOH. Now alumina and silicon dioxide present in the ore dissolves and forming sodium aluminate and sodium aluminate and sodium silicate respectively. The impurities left behind undissolved. So the impurities and sodium silicate is stirred with some freshly prepared aluminium hydroxide several hours. That makes the sodium aluminate undergo hydrolysis, producing aluminium hydroxide as a precipitate. Aluminium hydroxide as a precipitate that is accelerated by adding aluminum hydroxide in very small amount. Soluble sodium silicate remains in the solution. The precipitate, when filtered, washed, dried and ignited, gives pure alumina or Al2O3. Now, what is the reaction? Alumina, when reacted with sodium hydroxide, it gives sodium aluminate and water. On the hydrolysis, sodium aluminate react with water and form sodium aluminum hydroxide and gives sodium hydroxide. Further, aluminum hydroxide is further hydrolyzed and get converted into alumina and water. So the oxide of metal is obtained by this leaching process here. So these processes are used for the ores of aluminium and some other elemental ores. Now we see that enrichment of ore, but the next process is the enriched ore is get converted into oxides of metal. Conversion of the enriched ore into the oxides of metal. First process. We know that it is easier to obtain metals from their oxides. Why? Because they are easily reduced by heat, by chemicals, by using other several metals. So it is easier to obtain metals from their oxides than from their carbonates or sulfates. Hence, it is converted into the oxide of metal, is then reduced to metal. For example, oxide ores. Oxide ores are calcined by the process of calcination to remove moisture and their volatile impurities. For example, alumina or bauxite is heated, that gives pure alumina and moisture is evaporated. So in this way we can convert oxide ore into that contains water crystallization, that can be converted into alumina to get metal from their oxide by reduction further. Now we explain the next process in the next class. Okay.